All right, and welcome to another show here. Stay tuned with Troy and Howie, and we have another special guest here, and it's Ashley Ryan, all the way from Tennessee. How's it going, Ashley?
Hello. It's going great. Just, the thunderstorms are kind of rolling in, but feeling great. Excited
Good.
to talk
That's
with
good.
y'all.
Now you're not in Tornado Alley. That's not considered Tornado Alley where you are, is it?
As of now, no, but Nashville works. It's a mind of its own.
I should find a
Tornado
piece
Alley.
of wood to
Not Tornado
knock.
Alley, it's Tornado Highway.
Yeah, right.
Wow, everywhere really is. It just depends on Nashville's mood, what they feel like doing.
That's right. That's right. Very true. So, so thanks for coming on board. And you had mentioned before we started recording that you're at your mom's house, but you're currently living in Nashville, correct?
Yes.
Awesome.
Nashville by way of California, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what part of Cali?
I'm from, y'all are going to think this is funny, but I'm from Corona, California. So I got all like the COVID jokes, all the
Oh, of course.
abuse jokes. They're like, you brought it here. I'm like, no, I didn't. I promise. Yeah, Corona, California, born and raised. Been here since 2018. And
Okay.
I love it. I love Tennessee. It's great. It's green. Not used to that.
Oh,
California. Not used to the beautiful green. So I love it here. Yeah. Here for a while
Nice.
now.
Catch her on all her social medias. Ashley Ryan Music, AshleyRyanOfficial.com is the website. You can find I think there's some clips of your songs on there. Your bio's in there. Is also your tour dates on there? I didn't look that.
All the things. All the things.
Yes,
I
all the
think right
shows
now
are in there.
we're still working on some shows. We have to update that, but
Okay.
everything else.
But it will be updated on there.
Yes.
With where you grew up in California, is there a heavy country music influence? How did that come about?
Honestly, it's so random. Really, I wouldn't say there's like a huge country music scene like where I was from.
Yeah.
But I just always loved country music, and I actually didn't really perform a whole lot there until I moved to Tennessee. But I was 16 when I got my first guitar, and that's when I started writing songs, and I started singing because I wanted to be a songwriter at first because I didn't think I was really a singer. I just didn't think I could sing, really. So,
really?
right, yeah. I loved writing. I was a writer before anything else. And so I just started writing my songs. I had to sing them because no one else would. And this is the most random thing in the world, but it was so cool. But in high school, my Spanish teacher, John Lane, I'll give him a little shout out. He's awesome. I think he's still in California. But he was my high school Spanish teacher, and he was also a singer-songwriter. And he found out I wrote songs, and he was like, why don't you come down and sing at I can't remember the place I sang them at, but it was like this bar and grill that he would always sing like every weekend. And he invited me to come open for him and sing like a couple of my own songs. And I don't know, ever since then, it just clicked to me. Like, I was like, wow, I love doing this. I actually love performing. I love, hopefully getting good feedback from people
That's awesome.
listening. So it kind of just, it just kind of tumbleweeded into that. And then here
So
I
you
am.
never really had an itch for performing before that? Like, it was always just a songwriting path, like that was it?
Always. Well, I wanted, also super random, but I actually started writing poetry when I was 12.
Yeah.
And I decided I wanted to be more of a screenwriter, like movies and things like that, and maybe write books too, like all of that. Like music was never a thing. And then all of a sudden I got my guitar for fun, really. And then I was like, wait, I like this. So maybe I'll do this. And I didn't know like a songwriter was necessarily a thing.
Yeah.
Like I thought every Blake Shelton song, he wrote. Like I didn't know they were specifically just songwriters too.
Yep.
Apart from artists. So I was just kind of having fun with it. And then, I moved here once I figured out it could be a career, and the singing came into play. So I was like, why not? Let's give it a shot.
Yeah, and some do both, right? Some are performing other songs that people write, and some, it's crazy.
Yeah, crazy world.
It is.
Talk to us
It is.
about your Spinville music. What are they considered? Are they considered like your record label, or what are they exactly?
Yes. So
Okay.
I signed my first publishing deal through them as well, and they are my label. They consist of Frank Stopak and Larry McCoy. They both kind of co-ventured together and started it. And so it's just the three of us really right now. And we're adding on all these people to our team. We just got a marketing team, a publicist, all these cool things we're really excited about. But yeah, it's an indie label, and we kind of just started from scratch. They took a chance on me, and they started it for me, which is
Oh, really?
yes. So it's really crazy to think. I feel so blessed by God. I'm like, wow, okay, cool. No pressure. I really hope. So
Yeah, right.
we're kind of like a family now, really. But we've just been working on so much music. Larry, one of the co-starters, he's actually one of my best co-writers, which is so awesome. He's kind of all the things. He's my publisher, producer, music dad. Like, they're both kind of just my mentors, and it's just been super
Yeah.
fun. They're great guys, so it's been great. It's been an awesome journey.
So how did they notice you? Like how did you catch their attention?
Well, me and Larry, I was saying he's one of my co-writers before he was anything else. So we just got together for a normal co-writing session, and the first song we wrote was like an awesome song. And so we kind of just started writing and writing and writing, and then I think he already had the idea of starting a label with Frank, and they were just looking for an artist. So it was kind of funny. They were kind of looking for a male artist, I believe, because they had a couple guys they were like thinking about reaching out towards, and then Larry's like, actually, Frank, there's this girl I've been writing with, and I think she'd be great. So he sent him some of the songs we wrote, and Frank was like, yeah, I love her voice. Like, she seems like she has good energy, good writing skills. Like, let's all meet up, maybe talk about it, and the rest is history.
Yeah, I mean, this girl's from Corona, California. She's got a southern accent. Let's sign her up.
I'm one of a kind.
She was born for this stuff, right?
That's right. That is so true. So when we before we started this interview, we played the song "Hush, Little Baby," and I had mentioned to you that I wanted to ask you a specific question. And so when you created this video, how much of the props were yours, and how much was it the others, or borrowed or used?
I love that. I love that. Let's see here. All the whole place that we even filmed it at, we rented it out.
Okay.
I will say the only thing that was mine, I'm trying to think. I think everything was really a prop. Now that I think about it.
Okay, I'm just curious because I love the '69 Camaro that made an appearance.
I wish that was mine. I wish.
Okay, because I used to have one. That's why I was wondering. Because as soon as I saw that, I'm like, "Oh, this is nice." Yeah, never mind the poor 16-year-old girl that was getting abused. I was more focused on the car in the video, but yeah. So that's not yours, huh?
I wish. I didn't know what car it was going to be actually at first. I think they were kind of like last minute looking for a car because, for some reason. They were just busy that day, I guess. But I pulled up to the scene all early, ready to go for like hair and makeup and all that. And I saw the car out front, and I was like, whose car is that? Is that like one of the set designers' car? They're like, no, that's for the video. And I was like, I'm like, can I drive it? They're like, so no, you're not. Okay. They're like, it's actually the boyfriend's car. And I was like, whatever. I got to
Bummer.
admire it for a little bit.
Yeah.
Howie, when we had Olivia Faribault on, didn't she have a '69 Camaro on one of
She
her videos?
did.
Yeah,
She
I thought
did.
so.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that. Or no. Hers was a. What was that? The Dukes of Hazzard car. Dodge
Oh yeah.
Charger or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. She had one of those. But that was in her family, I believe.
Yeah, that was a
that's
family
cool.
car. Yep.
Yeah, most definitely.
Pretty cool family car, I gotta say.
Yeah, right.
Pretty cool family hand-me-down cars.
So as I'm reading through your bio, there's a couple things that stick out to me. You moved to Nashville in 2018, and I'm not asking you to give away your age or anything like that, but at that point, are you an adult? Did you move there on your own, or did you move with your family, or how did that go?
I love that. Are you an adult? That's great.
No, were you then? I know you are now. But
So I think I was starting my first year of college, actually. I did my whole first year of college at a university in California, and I was actually studying to be a nutrition major.
Oh.
Random. And then I kind of used Belmont University in Nashville as like my excuse to move to Nashville. Like I had to make it make sense. You know, I couldn't just like move here.
Right.
For no rhyme or reason. I mean, you could, but you know, for my family, I was like, I need to make it make sense. So I moved to Nashville for my sophomore year in college, and I was there for a year, dropped out of college.
Oh, no.
And yeah, I think I was 19, 20. I'm 25 now. I'm not afraid to say it.
Oh, wow.
So
yeah, I mean that's right around there. That makes sense. 19, 20, somewhere right around there. So, and then when you dropped out, like that was you knew your heart was set on this at that point. That was it, right?
Oh yeah, well, college is just so expensive too. So I was just kind of thinking,
it is.
I could put this money towards getting songs recorded, which is equally very expensive, you know.
And that's what you want to do. I mean, so it makes sense, right?
And I mean, my major at that university was music business, and I didn't even want to be in the business side anyway. At first, I kind of was playing with the idea, well, you know, maybe if it doesn't work out as an artist, I could be like a copyright attorney. Like, again, all these random things, all these random desires I have. And then I was like, no, I love to sing. I love to write. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I learned a lot. And I think you only benefit taking those classes, even as an artist on the more creative side. But I've learned so much more just interacting with people and being at shows and signing contracts, talking to my
right.
I'm like, oh, okay, that's what that is. You know?
So you're 100% bought in, huh?
Trying to be, I guess, yeah.
Well, what I mean by that is you're not. Are you working elsewhere, or are you just boom right here? It's this, or sleeping in a cardboard box somewhere, you know, in Nashville.
I'm like, why do you think I'm at my mom's house? My cardboard box in Nashville. No, I was serving for a long time, but blessed to say I am fully just, I mean, I get paid for my publishing deal too, so that's my main source of income, which is awesome. I get paid to write songs. How cool is that?
Yeah.
Right.
But even just money from streaming and money from playing shows, things like that, I can officially say I am a full-time artist and musician.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And you got yourself a label, and I mean, yeah, you got it going on right now, don't you?
It's exciting. I gotta say, I'm like, thank you, Jesus.
Yeah. So the song "Hush Little Baby," obviously, I mean, I've heard of it before too, and then when I played it for other people and they've heard of it before, like, where is that getting out, and where is that getting played that it's getting that kind of recognition?
Well, it all started with TikTok. Before anything else, I finally sold my soul, got the TikTok, like I think like a year ago or something like that. I was so against it. I was like, I don't feel like getting another social media app because I'm just not a social media person. I'm not a phone person. Like, if it were up to me, we'd all have flip phones and be climbing trees. And I'm just so not, like, into it. It's just so, I don't know, draining to so many levels.
It can be.
You can't not have social media when you're an artist. It's just, you know, you're not putting flyers on trees anymore.
I mean, actually, it's free advertising. I mean, it doesn't, you know?
So it's hard to keep up with, but I'm very blessed by the opportunities it's given me. So, but it started with TikTok. I posted a video. I think it was like me singing like just acoustically. I don't even remember what the video was. It did pretty well. And I posted another one of me. I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about, but it's me sitting in a chair and I'm kind of like lip syncing the verse to the chorus, and it blew up. It just went like crazy viral, and it's just kind of kept going. So we're trying to get to radio right now with the team, and I think right now we're actually trying to book a radio tour, which is really exciting. I don't have enough details to really give to y'all, but that's kind of the process we're in right now, is to get it to radio. But I will say it was picked for 103.3 Cumulus Radio for the TikTok pick of the week. So I was like, okay, that's freaking awesome. I was very excited.
It is.
Yes, but you know, we'll see what happens. I'm kind of just, I love Jesus, so for me, I'm like, whatever God has in store for me, He will bless the opportunities and present them to me in His timing. So, kind of wait for Him.
Yeah.
So, another thing that caught my attention reading your bio, I want to bring this one up because I thought this was cool and it sounds like a pretty good story. How do you bump into Keith Urban and how does he recognize you?
Oh my gosh. That was the craziest experience of my life. It's so strange how it happened, but it was when I was going to Belmont University at the time. And it's so funny because I actually had a night class, and my friends were talking about going to this pop-up show Keith Urban was doing for his like tour announcement, date. And he was playing at the Exit Inn in Nashville. And my friends were like, hey, we have to go now because they're lining up at the door. They're only letting like the first, I think a couple hundred people in. There weren't many people in there. And I was like, man, I wish I can go, but I have a class. And they're like, come on, you gotta leave, don't come. And I was like, okay, fine. So I think I left the class early. I think
You're gonna drop out anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
I went to the bathroom and never came back. But I came and went to the show. And I got in, luckily. I don't know how, but I got in. And we were just standing there. We got like the front row. I don't know how we did, but he said on the mic, he was like singing in between songs talking in between songs, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And he just said on the mic, we're going to have someone come up and announce the Nashville tour date, because he had like a little scroll to open up or whatever, poster. Mm-hmm. And he called my name, and I was like, what? Okay. I still to this day, I don't really know why he called my name. He picked something out of like a bowl, like a name, and read it. And I don't know. He knew I was
Did you have to put your name on like a list or something when you went in?
I don't know. I don't remember. All I remember was showing ID. And I don't know. There were so many people from Belmont there. And I know Belmont works with people with CMA and stuff like that too. Mm-hmm. So I figured maybe it was something with that, because he said from Belmont University. Okay. And he said my name, and I was like, how does he even know I'm from Belmont? So I know it has something to do with Belmont. I just don't know what to this day. Yeah. I really don't know. But we basically just got up, and I didn't get up to sing. I actually, he just called me to, unveil the date. And then he was like, so you're at Belmont, what's your major? That's a Music City school. So, what's the deal there? What do you want to do? And I was like, well, yeah. I'm studying music business, but really I want to be a country singer. And then someone in the crowd was like, sing!
Oh, wow.
And he was like, yeah, let's sing something. And I'm just like, what?
Holy crap!
Yeah, I was like, this is crazy. But one of my favorite songs ever by Keith Urban is a song called Without You. And I just instantly was like, can we sing that one? And he was like, yeah, let's do it. And that's a song he wrote for his wife, I believe. So I think it was really sentimental to him. But yeah, we sang it. I had the guts to sing harmony for whatever reason. I don't know what was going on in my head. I don't know how I got through that, but I did. And he invited me in the mic and everything. He was like, I want you to get up and sing that song with me at the arena. I'm like,
huh?
Little sophomore at Belmont, me? And so, yeah, I think 7-8 months later, we're singing at a sold-out show, Bridgestone Arena, and
oh my gosh!
We sang the same song too, so it was really cool.
That's incredible. That's incredible.
It was so surreal. It was just crazy.
What was that crowd? Maybe 50, 60,000? I'm guessing.
I'm not sure, honestly.
Well, it's National. I was going to say it's Nashville Preds Stadium or Arena, so it's probably about 25 to 30,000. I'm guessing.
But still, that's quite a number of people.
That's impressive. That is very impressive. And of course, Keith Urban in Nashville, it's definitely sold out. So
yeah, it was. It was so crazy. Even just going to sound check was so cool. He's the sweetest guy, first of all. He was like, Ashley, baby, come in. How you been? I can't do it. I can't do it. That was terrible. But he was he's like, how are you? And he's just the most genuine. You would never think this guy is famous just based off his energy. Yeah. He's just such a normal, down-to-earth guy that just likes to shred on his guitar, and he happens to do it in front of 20+ thousand.
Was Nicole there with him or no?
She was there. I did not get to meet her, but she was there because he said, I remember right before stage, he was like, Nicole, this song's for you. And then he started playing guitar, and I was like, Nicole Kidman's here. Oh, it was crazy. It was wild because Reese Witherspoon was there. Carrie Underwood was there. All these Carrie's not really random, but all these other random famous people were there. I was like, whoa, this is so cool. They're listening to me sing right now.
So your bio says you sang with Keith Urban, but you sang in front of Reese Witherspoon, in front of Nicole Kidman,
In front of Perry Underwood. Yeah.
Wild.
That's a crazy. So there's no beef between you and Nicole because you're singing, this song that he wrote for her, like that.
We had a little tussle afterwards, but we're good.
I don't know, Troy. If you watched her video, she knows how to handle a shotgun. So
okay, all right. So, I gotta take a look at that.
Yeah, we have no concerns there.
Yeah, they say watch out for Daddy's shotgun, but not for me.
That's right. So you're looking like 6-7 months have passed from the time you sang in that club until you sang at Bridgestone in Nashville.
Yeah.
How did they stay in touch with you? And like, were you thinking from then till now, like, there is no way he's going to call me out there. There's no way I'm going to be singing on stage like they promised that day. Like, how did that take place?
So basically, imagine the craziest thing happening to you. Like, you're so excited, and then you don't hear anything for X amount of months until like 2 days prior to the show.
Oh, are you serious?
Yes. I mean, you got to think he's on tour, so, I'm not his main concern, which I totally understand.
Sure.
He's got all these shows he's worrying about, But yeah, they reached out about 2 days prior, and I'll never forget, it was someone on his management team. I can't really remember, but she emailed me. She was like, hey, just want to make sure you're still in town and still okay to do the show. Again, 2 days prior. This is like 7-8 months of nothing, like thinking it's not going to happen. No one's reached out to me. And I was like, yes, I'll definitely be in town. I'm available still.
So needless to say, you got free tickets to that show then also.
I mean, got a couple free. I wouldn't say a whole lot, but yeah. I definitely didn't.
But you weren't waiting backstage at all when he like pulled you out of the crowd to come sing it, or?
I actually was backstage the whole time. And then
get
after,
out.
Yeah, because I shouldn't say all the whole time. I listened to like the first like 3 or 4 songs. And then I can't even remember. I think I was like middle of the show, so I had to make sure I was back there. And like it was plenty of song time, So I watched parts of it and then went backstage for a while, sang with him, went backstage, hung out there for a little bit, and then I went back into the crowd. And it was really funny because it was really sweet. People actually like were noticing me and like trying to take pictures with me, and I was like, I feel like this tiny little
that's so awesome.
Aunt at a Keith Urban concert. it was really sweet. It was very sweet. So.
Yeah. So
did you get
yeah, go ahead, Troy.
I was just going to ask, did you get any traction after that? Did anybody reach out to you? Like,
so it's really weird. I had this mindset of like, okay, that was really cool. I wonder if, and this is like total like Cloud9 thinking, but I was like, sure. I wonder if Keith wants to like do a song after this and write. like I don't know, am I gonna stay in touch with him? Like I had no idea what to expect, My Instagram grew really rapidly after that, which was so cool. So I was like, okay, maybe this is like it. Maybe this is, the thing that'll like launch my music career. This would be really cool. And nothing really happened. I gotta say, nothing really happened. I think this is just my mindset because of how I know Nashville works. I think I was on everyone's radar, and they were waiting to see what else I was doing.
Oh, okay.
We like this girl. She sounds good, but let's see what happens. Because there's a lot of people that sound good here. There's a lot of people that are X, sure. Y, and Z, which, again, I totally understand. That's kind of just how the music industry is,
Yeah.
So, I think
I was going to say, you mentioned there's a lot of folks out there that are good singers, and yeah, that's definitely the case. And we were talking with, I don't know if you know her, but Kendall Phillips, who's living in Nashville as we speak.
Oh, I do not.
She's one of she was on American Idol many years ago. Actually, she was on when she was 16. She was like the youngest.
Wow.
And kind of, she went a few rounds, and but anyway, she was saying that everybody she bumped into, because she thought she was something special, she was on American Idol, and then she says like everybody around the corner also was on American Idol down in Nashville, and it just wasn't as special anymore, and. And I was just going to ask you that, like, has that ever been a desire of yours to kind of try out for any of those reality shows?
I have tried out for The Voice, I think, 8 times.
Oh, my God.
Oh, wow.
Because there's pre-auditions with The Voice. There's 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then, or I think the 3rd or the last one is where you have, like, the actual blind audition. So the actual like process to get on the show is so hard. There are so many people that they filter out. And I started when I was 16. I was like, I'm going to try for The Voice. I got through the first like couple rounds, and I always got through the first couple rounds, and then for whatever reason, I just didn't get a call back. And so it was just so devastating too. I remember crying. I was like, my music career's over. I'm like 16. Wasn't even living in Nashville yet. I'm like, wow. I look back, I'm like, girl, you knew so little about the industry. Because, growing up, you see Carrie Underwood on American Idol. You see Miranda Lambert on the Nashville Star. Same with Chris Evans. I'm blanking on his name.
Stapleton?
No. Oh my gosh. I'm blanking on his name. But the point is, all these stars are coming from these major shows.
Yeah.
And, you just kind of think that's how you make it in music, is a TV show.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I've noticed about those TV shows, though, other than your Carrie Underwoods and I'm sorry, who else?
Chris Young, I think.
Chris Young, there we go. But there's only a select few that really become successful after longevity of it, I guess you can say.
Right.
So to me, it's like, I don't know, it's almost like your 15 minutes of fame is here and that's it, and you're done.
Yeah. You really got to utilize it while you have it, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But,
so I think with you being in the situation that you're in, you're probably going to be even hungrier than what they are, and probably you're looking, obviously you're looking to strive more. So what are you doing specifically that's going to get you to that next level, or what do you think you need to do to get you to that next level?
That is a great question. I think right now we're kind of focusing on two things, or I guess three things. Booking shows is very crucial to building a fan base, and building a fan base really is the most important thing. And then on top of that, like I said earlier, we're kind of working on booking a radio tour right now. So getting the song on radio is always going to be a goal, And also the socials are just so important. I think more so now than they've really ever been. I mean, you have people signing record deals off of a viral video on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they're really doing that anymore. They were doing that last couple of years. A lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
Like Bailey Zimmerman blew up on TikTok. Now look at him opening up for Morgan Wallen. It's things like that.
Yeah.
So it just makes you think, shoot, TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
We had a guest.
Right.
We had a guest on here by the name of Brandon Wisham, who's actually songwriting with Bailey Zimmerman right now. So
nice. Oh, that's cool.
So.
Well, speaking of TikTok, Troy, I mean, we also interviewed Brandon Davis, who made it huge on TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
So.
He's killing it.
And he wanted nothing to do with it, but his wife's like, no, you got to do it. And she started doing it secretly without him knowing. And all of a sudden, he said he wakes up after waking up the one morning, and he's seen like it grew like to over 100-some thousand in one night. And he's like, this is incredible.
Well, the cool thing about TikTok is that it's different than Instagram and Facebook. It doesn't necessarily target your following. It's like a cold audience every time.
Mm-hmm.
So you could literally have a video. You could have 2,000 followers and get a video that has 6 million views, and you can grow 80,000 followers from one video.
Yeah.
So cool. It's amazing. Like just the way they went about creating that, I guess. It's so much easier for artists to get their music out and to be heard.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's awesome. I gotta say though, I feel like secretly every single artist is like, I hate this, but I need to do this.
Yeah, you're probably right.
No one enjoys making content. I'm pretty positive about that. No one enjoys it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I think I agree with you on that for sure.
But you gotta do it, and then the payoff is just so worth it. It's like, wow, never mind. I do like making content.
Now, do you have help with making that content now that you're part of a label? Do they help you with the social media aspect of it, or are you still doing that pretty much solo?
Yeah, so I still have a lot of control over that. I mean, I do all my own postings and stuff, so I do have full control. But I do have a marketing team now, which is really nice. They've made it a lot easier for me, but I'm still kind of filming all my own stuff, and they're kind of helping me out with the algorithmic things. With the videos, like what hashtags to use, all that stuff is so important. I don't think about that, I'm just singing my song in my car and feeling cringy as people walk by me, and just but yeah, they do a lot, so I'm really thankful for them. They're awesome.
from a business aspect, how do you know what hashtags to use? I mean, that's always been something that I'm still trying to figure out.
It's such a game in and of itself. It's its own world, really. But I think there's so many algorithmic things you need to like know with them, and honestly, they know way more about it than I do. But you always want to do hashtags that make sense to what you're posting, because a lot of people, and which seems obvious, but a lot of people put like hashtag viral, and that doesn't really have anything to do with the video. So if you're farming, you kind of want to do hashtag farming, hashtag tractor, hashtag country life, like things that associate with it and make sense with it, so that when people click on those hashtags, they see what they're looking up originally. That was just a little hint of like what I think it is. I really don't know. That's kind of just me knowing the most surface level hashtag.
Well, speaking of these social medias, you can find her on all the major things. Ashley Ryan Music. As we were speaking here, the TikTok, the Instagram, the Facebook. I think even is your YouTube even that?
My YouTube. Yes.
Yeah. So that's even the same thing. And then
my
the
music
website
videos there.
Yep, and the website is ashleyryanofficial.com, which also has a link to some music videos and stuff on there as well. And hopefully we'll be getting some dates on there of where you're going to be.
Oh yeah.
How has the travel schedule been for you? Have you kind of just been staying in that general area out there, or are you kind of reaching out a little bit?
As of right now, we've kind of been staying mostly Nashville based, I will say. I did just go to Texas recently, but not really for shows, more for networking and things like that. But right now, as far as shows go and writing, my life is pretty much in Nashville. It's very Nashville based, but we're hopefully we'll be going on the road soon. I believe by the end of this month we will have a radio tour booked, and I think we're kind of looking at Louisiana, Mississippi, Missouri, Kentucky, more like those states.
This will definitely be reaching out a little bit more for you than you were before.
Oh yeah, which I'm so excited about. I'm like, yes.
Yeah, of course.
Can't wait.
Yeah. I mean, do you find it challenging when you have to perform at the same venue and it's kind of a lot of the same people? Like, because you don't want to give them the same show, right? So it's really tough to kind of mix it up a little bit, right?
Yeah, and to be honest with you, I'm still kind of learning that myself to a degree, because I mean, I'm not super used to playing full band sets all the time, I mean, we have acoustic sets too, but for the past year, it's mainly been social media. And so I'm finally being blessed with opportunities to actually play and show them, hey, I'm not just like a little TikToker. I can play. I can actually like entertain. So I'm actually still kind of learning aspects of that too. But I always just want to make sure I'm having fun, engaging with the crowd, reading the crowd. You know what I mean? And I'll play a show and I'll talk to my manager and we'll talk, and I'll be like, hey, I noticed at the acoustic set we did, it kind of seemed like we had a little bit more of like a slower vibe. Let's try to swap some songs out. We're always trying to make a perfect show. And I don't know if you ever really perfect that. You're always going to change it up with new songs. But it is kind of it kind of sucks sometimes when it's the same people and those people are like fellow musicians. Maybe they're not necessarily just like a consumer. That can make it fun with Nashville, because Nashville's very musician filled. But
a little bit.
At the end of the day, I just love playing. I love singing. I love watching my friends up on stage and seeing my friends in the crowd when they're fellow musicians. They'll be like, hey, that one song was great, but the second one, that wasn't so good, dude. I think you should swap it out with this. It's so good to have friends like that, who get it.
Because everybody just wants to be, nice and be your friend and not really kind of like, oh, no, it sounded great. But in all honesty, you do want that honesty because you want to be able to improve on it, That didn't sound so good, or I didn't like that transition, or whatever,
Nashville's amazing. Your friends will tell you, yo, that song kind of sucks, but they're the first people to like party with you when you get your record deal. People just care here. It's the South. It's the Southern hospitality mixed in with loving you enough to be blunt and be honest with you.
Yeah, that's one thing Troy and I had noticed a lot, because for whatever reason, this genre has been attracted to us, and when it comes to us talking with people, and we've talked to a ton of people from Nashville and from the South in general, and man, I would have to say, like, my personal opinion is the folks in the country music industry have been way, way nicer in regards to chatting with us, and just like the really laid back, mentality and attitude.
Yeah.
I don't know, I can appreciate you guys.
Oh,
You know?
yeah.
I mean,
We're a little
how-
slower here in the South, you know?
Yes.
Relax, not go
I
so
mean, Howie,
fast.
we can even go as far as when we had like Seth Reed and stuff on. Now we get to know their tour manager, or I guess is that his label?
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that Jeff's label? Is his manager or whatever? Next thing
Yeah.
you know, he's reaching out to us and saying, "Hey, I own a radio station in Texas. Can we syndicate your show on our radio show in Texas?" Like,
Yeah.
of course, let's do it. Like,
Yeah. So your show will actually air on Monday on Texas radio.
Texas.
Oh,
In
yeah.
Texas, yeah.
I love that. I love
So,
that. I
yeah,
love
it's
Texas.
very cool. Just like such giving people. It's really nice.
Yeah, it really is.
Family mentality. We all kind of want to rise together, you know? And
Yep.
I mean, not to be that person, but it also kind of helps when your friends rise because you're associated with your friends. It's just a little added perk, you know?
Oh yeah, I mean, we even had Troy was at we have Hershey Bears hockey around. We're from Hershey, Pennsylvania area.
Nice.
And,
nice. At first,
yeah.
I thought y'all were Texas-based.
What's that?
I thought y'all
we're
were
not.
Texas-based at first.
No, not at all, not at all. So, but yeah, we're out of central Pennsylvania. And but anyway, Taylor Marie Wagner, she was living in Nashville. And I think she just recently moved up to the Hershey area, and she saw that Troy was at a Hershey Bears game because she was at that same game, hockey game. And what'd she do? She reached out to you.
She messaged me. Yeah, she messages me and she says, "Hey, we got 2 seats down here. We had 2 extra tickets and nobody else came with. So if you want to sit down with us here, that's cool." So
Yeah.
like I bought cheap tickets and I was sitting up way up top and it was just me and my son and they had seats like right second row off the ice or whatever. So we go down and we sit with them the rest of the game for the second and third period.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh! I bet your son was so happy.
Yeah, he was
Oh,
really
I
stoked.
bet.
'Cause,
that's
as the
cute.
players are going by, they're hitting the glass and the pucks hit the glass and all that.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit more lively down there. Now,
But it's really-
some parts of the game you can't see as well when they get down
That's
in the
so
corners and
cool,
stuff like that.
though. That's really
But-
sweet. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just neat that like you guys, a lot of the folks in this industry have, more than welcomed us, and that's awesome. So we appreciate that.
Oh, of course. I mean, we've been welcomed ourselves, so
Mm-hmm.
it's just returning the favor.
Yeah,
So
good
as
point.
we get ready to wrap things up here, we're going to hear another one of your songs here at the end, and it's called "Too Far Gone." And I think I apologize here ahead of time. Is this released now, or is it going to be released really soon? I don't remember. What
It
that
is. It is released.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so talk us through that song a little bit for you. What where's your mindset? Where are you going with this song, and where were you coming from?
So basically, Too Far Gone is my more sassy, kind of digging into my Miranda Lambert roots with that one. It's kind of about a girl that, she's just a country to the core, and she's kind of talking to this city girl who's making fun of her, and they're both kind of just enemies, if you will. It's like city girl versus country girl, and the country girl's like, I don't care what you think, like, I'm proud of my roots. So
Yeah.
the music video we have out too kind of adds this extra visual layer to the song, which was really fun. But we kind of just have this, like, me and this all-girl band are just playing at this this venue, and all these like little rich, spoiled city people come in. They're like making fun of us while we're singing, and then towards the end of the video, we get into a brawl, and it's like the country girls literally physically fighting like the city girls. And we win in the end. We win. And but yeah, it's just kind of like being proud of your roots and not letting people make fun of you for being country or too country, whatever,
Okay.
But are those your roots?
No. I am a city girl. No, actually, that's like something that's really funny you asked that though, because sometimes I'll have people be like, okay, but were you actually even born in the country? Like, is this even your story? And that's a funny thing, because me as a songwriter, I don't like writing my story. I like writing stories and encompassing characters. Like, I'm not a mom, but my song Hush Little Baby is about a mom singing to her little girl. I'm not a mom, though. I just like, it's like acting in movies,
Yeah. I mean, especially when your child in Hush Little Baby was 16 years old and you're currently 25. I mean...
They're like, we need to try to make you look as old as possible. But yeah, it was really fun. But that's one of my favorite things. Like, y'all know the saying, 3 chords and the truth for country music. That's just not me at all. I just like, I like multiple chords and acting, acting out.
Okay.
Characters. in my songs. So,
So videos are a big part of your what you want to do then, I guess, right?
oh yeah, oh yeah. Did I tell y'all earlier? I wanted to be like a screenwriter, so I was obsessed with the film industry, and I wanted to be a movie director. I wanted to be an actress.
Okay.
Like the movies I started and directed, like that was my dream. So for me with music, it's so fun to build this story around your song and act it out. And so yeah, I kind of get to live the best of both worlds by being a singer. So
That is
so you would
awesome.
say that was your first love then, was the acting and the film industry rather than the music industry?
honestly, yes, like writing more so, but again, like the writing was more about I wanted to write movies. So yeah, I would say the film industry has definitely been a huge desire to be in. I would still love to like act.
Yeah, in all reality, a lot of folks, that's how they get started. They do this singing stuff and, they go on tour and then, you definitely have a look that could definitely be on the big screen, so, yeah. So, hey, you know what? As you become more famous, the more likely someone's going to notice you and know your story and want to bring you on board and act. So,
I would love
yeah.
that. Well, I saw Lainey Wilson on Yellowstone. I was like, first of all, I'm so jealous because I love Yellowstone. And then I was like, oh, I would be so cool. I'm so happy for her. So yeah, I think things like that, I'm like, that'd be so cool to have like just a little role in like a really cool show like that.
Oh, yeah.
I saw she just did a duet with Lauren Elena too. That was really cool.
Oh my gosh, it's so awesome. Yes.
Yeah, those two are so fun together too. I really enjoy watching. I think they have really good chemistry together. So yeah.
They're so fun and hilarious. Yeah.
My youngest son is actually going to school for film, and
that's so cool.
yeah, so he's been rubbing elbows with some pretty big names, and I know, yeah, and actually he became really good friends with somebody who owns his own studio in Puerto Rico, and so yeah, he's been doing a lot of stuff on the scenes and such. So. I'll definitely throw a name out there for him sometime in the future.
You never know. We might collide paths.
That's right. You never know.
Maybe he'll be directing one of your music videos or something, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
You never know. You never know.
Hey, yeah, he's in Orlando right now, so you never know.
Hey, that ain't too far.
That's right. That's right.
That's awesome though. What a fun thing to focus on. That's so cool.
Yeah, without a doubt.
All right, so we don't want to hold you up. We don't want to keep any more time, but we do want to get your socials out there again one more time. We got Ashley Ryan Music, and that's on all the good stuff, the TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and the website is ashleyRyanOfficial.com. Stay tuned to that because it looks like hopefully sometime by the end of this month we'll have something lined up with some dates on there.
Yes.
And I guess, Howie, with that being said, we'll transition it over to Here Too Far Gone. What do you think?
Yeah, most definitely. And here it is, Too Far Gone. All right. So before you leave, can you give us a little bit of an intro, kind of like a bumper, 10 seconds ish? You're listening to Stay Tuned with Troy and Howie type of deal.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Should I?
Introduce yourself, however you want to do it. If you want to be creative,
honestly, make it your own.
Yeah, make it your own.
Y'all,
Even a little Southern twang if you want to.
Hey y'all, my name. Cool. Okay. Hey y'all, my name is Ashley Ryan, and wait, what do I say? Wait, and you're listening. Wait, what am I saying exactly?
You're listening. Yeah, you're listening, and I don't know. You can see the logo in the middle of the screen up top there. Yep, that's our show. So.
Nice. Sorry, y'all. I'm like the most non-public
good.
speaker, actually, ironically, but hey, y'all. This is Ashley Ryan, and you're listening to Stay Tuned with Troy and Howie.
Excellent. Perfect.
That'll work.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it was awesome talking to you, Ashley.
Thank you so much for having me, y'all. This was so
Nice